Hey everyone, my name is Beacon and this is the Beacon Mechanics channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to spot the difference between an authentic set and a counterfeit set of the WAHL Senior Cordless Clippers. Now when it comes to the WAHL professional brand, there's probably more counterfeits on the market than there are authentic ones. As a matter of fact, WAHL themselves said that if you're getting these off of eBay, Amazon, or Walmart, then they're most likely fake. Now that being said, I did get lucky with this set off of Walmart for $109. I thought they'd be fakes, but they were real ones. These I got off of eBay for $89 and they're definitely fakes. WAHL themselves, I think, sells them for about $189. So if they're super low, then there's a good chance they're fake, but you might get lucky. Unfortunately, you're probably not going to know until you get these in your hands to inspect them. So I recommend getting them off of a site that allows free returns so that they pay for the return shipping. Now, I reached out to WAHL. I told them I was going to be doing this video, and I asked them to, give me some information on what makes the difference between an authentic and a counterfeit set. And unfortunately, they were completely unwilling to help, which I think sucks because number one, they're getting bad reviews and a lot of their resellers are getting bad reviews from people who are getting what they think are authentic products and thinking that they just sell crap products. And number two, their customers, loyal customers, are getting scammed left and right by these companies, and they're unwilling to help them prevent that. So anyways, I compiled all this information from a bunch of different sources online, whether it be Reddit, other forums, YouTube videos, and things like that. So I can't verify that this is all 100% accurate, but at the end of this video, if you feel that I've missed something or I said something wrong, please let me know in the comment section below because that'll definitely help other people in their research. So anyways, let's get started.
So there's different version boxes based on, I believe, when they were made, where they were made, and the market they're being sold to. There's even different model numbers in some cases, like even though this is a Cordless Senior, the model number is a little different than the American version. This is an 8504-308, where the American version is a -400, I believe. I think this is for the South American market because, number one, there's different languages over English, and also when you Google this model number, a lot of South American companies are selling this. The South American versus North American versions seem to have different pictures on the back too. Now, what sets these apart as far as authentic versus inauthentic is the printing. While the fakes get it pretty close, the printing is a little darker than it should be. As you may be able to see here, this has a brighter red line underneath this, where this almost looks black. And I have seen authentic in this version of box that line is brighter red. You flip it over, you can tell what the subject is here, where on this, as I said, the printing is so dark, it's really hard to tell. It's a little easier because I have good lighting right now, but it's still kind of hard to tell what's going on. Now, as far as I've been able to see online, there is no package that WAHL sells with more than 3 attachments. They expect you to buy it separately, I guess. Sometimes, like in the case of this, there's actually more attachments inside than 3, but it'll show 3 on the outside of the box. If it shows more than 3 on the outside of the box, that's also a good indicator that it's probably fake. So this is the fake one and this is the authentic one, and this just feels way too light. This is super loose. It twists back and forth. It smells like burnt electrical for some reason. It still works, but it doesn't smell right. This does say WAHL on the back and on the underneath right there. Some people say that if this doesn't have a gray tip that it's not authentic, but in this case the fake one does have a gray tip. This is the real one, and right off the bat, it just feels much heavier. It feels solid. This doesn't twist at all. It has printing underneath, and then it has a lot of printing on the sides. Both of them have these detachable plugs, I guess, for the Euro plugs or something. All right, the combs are different size. Now, since this is the newer version, it's possible that the older version had the same size comb. They both say WAHL on it, and they both look like they're good quality. They'll both come with this oil. This one has just got generic writing on it. It says Universal C1 Electric Clipper Oil, where this one actually says WAHL Clipper Corp. This one also has WAHL on the brush. So this attachment bag is sealed, and then it has, you know, safety hazard writing on it, where this has no writing on it besides that recycle label on it. A lot of times these will actually come in a cheaper plastic like this, and they won't even be open, or they will be open sometimes. As you can see, they have more attachments than they're supposed to. Sometimes these even come in Ziploc bags, so if you see that, you'll know that it's fake. This one has a much darker print, and it's more bold than this one over here. This has that for its documentation, really not much, where this has quite a bit more. Now, I've heard different things as far as what the older versions are supposed to have as far as a protective cover. If they have this cheap plastic, it's most likely not going to be an authentic one. I've seen the older versions have a thick blue sleeve that goes over it, but I don't know if all of them are going to be that way or not. This one had a protective sticker that went over it. And I think that's because it's trying to protect the lettering, which is raised on this one. You can feel it quite easily with your finger, where this one's smooth. This one has a more cream color to the lettering and these two levers, where this has a more gold look to it. This one has a couple indicators of on and off, where this one does not. And as you can see on the box, it actually shows that it's supposed to have the indicators. Now, if you flip it over, this body is much shinier. It's like it's almost like a chrome. You can see your reflection a bit, where this one is a duller look to it. Now, the printing on the back is going to be different, probably because they're different years. What I do notice, though, is on all the fake ones that I've seen, they have the manufacturer date, which is what I assume this is, of 6/20/21. Now, I'm sure there are some real ones that are manufactured with that date, so don't let that turn you off too much, but that's something to keep an eye out for. Let's see, this has a W on the lever, as does this, on the top and the bottom. I've heard some of them don't actually have that W on them, and that means they're fake. This one, the screw and the washer is flush with this, where this one, it's recessed. I don't know if that really makes a difference or not. On some of the fake ones, the lever is really hard to work one-handed. I did have a fake one that I tried recently that you couldn't hardly move it at all one-handed. This one's actually really smooth though, so. At the charge port, you'll see this has 1, 2, 3 alignment pieces of plastic on top, and then 1 on the bottom, where this has 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, and then 2 different styles on top. I don't know if that's just because it's different years, or if that indicates that one's fake or not. This also has hollow pins, and this one has solid pins. Now, this one's going to have probably a little bit more of a clean shine to it than the authentic one. This one just as you can see, it's just a little bit different look. That might be hard to tell if you don't have one of these to compare side by side, but both the printing is stamped well. On one of the fake ones I checked out, like part of the W on the wall was not stamped in as hard, so that's a really good indicator that it's not authentic. This one just has a little bit more thicker letters, I guess. This one has a staggered tooth, so every other tooth goes like this on this part of the blade, where they're supposed to all be straight like that, from what I've been able to find out. Now, the profile of this, as you can see, this goes up, and then it kind of flattens out and then goes down, where this, and a lot of the fakes will just go up and then down really quick. So pay attention to that. Other than that, they all look pretty much the same. Screws look the same. They sound very similar. I did do a RPM test with the little phone app that I had. This one, it came in at 6,500 RPM, and this one came in, I think, at 62. Now, I've seen some that say that the Senior should come in at 7,000 RPM, but on some of the South American sites, this particular one showed that it was coming in at 6,500, so that matches up. This is the charge indicator for, you know, when you're charging it or when you're using it, that light will flash or stay on. This is clear, and this one is frosted. Now this, you can put your fingernail underneath it and try to pop it out. It does not come out. This one comes out super easy. Sometimes you'll find these and this will just be sitting in the box. It won't even be installed. Let's see, I think that is it that I can tell from the outside. We're going to go ahead and open them up now and take a look inside. WAHL did say they don't want people opening these up because it will void the warranty. So if you do open this up, you do so at your own risk. And if you do, I would recommend using a little plastic pry tool to pop these loose. If you use something that's metal, it's going to be easier for them to tell that you've opened it up. Now the fake ones have a smaller screw than the real ones, and it has a fine thread where this one has a coarse thread. Now the older versions could have the coarse thread, I'm not 100% sure. These, oftentimes the lid will just come right off. This one is a little harder to get off, but quite easy. These, on the other hand, definitely take more doing. You really should get a plastic pry tool or have good fingernails to get underneath there and be careful. That one actually came off a bit easier because I've already taken it off, but as you can see, there's quite a bit of difference on the inside. First of all, this has a foam rubber pad for the battery and for the motor, and I guess that's probably to reduce vibration or noise. This one does not have that. This one has a red circuit board there, where this one has a green circuit board. Now the older versions might have red circuit boards. I'm not too sure, but something to note there. This has 4 different colored wires. So there's red, black, blue, and green, where this one just has black and red. And everything I've seen online says it's supposed to have, you know, like all 4 colors. It says a green and blue on the switch. So that makes me know that this is real. This one, it's kind of harder to get the battery out on this one, and I'm not going to do it because I'm going to be returning this. But as you can see, there's nothing that indicates that this is from WAHL. Now on this one, it does say manufactured for WAHL clipper. As a matter of fact, it looks like it says that underneath the wrap as well. This one says that it has a 2600 milliampere hour battery, where this one has 2500. So yeah, it's just a generic battery. Now I'm going to take the cover off of the motors. Oh, before I do that, if you see right there, there is a magnetic disc that's inside there, where this one doesn't have it. You can see straight to the motor shaft. Okay, so this one is white, or this one is black. Underneath here, they're both supposed to have kind of a rubbery dampener. This one definitely is rubbery. Your fingernail sinks into it, where this one is much harder. So if you take this motor out, there is no writing on that. You can pop this sleeve off, and there's no writing underneath that as well. There could be something underneath on this sleeve, but that wouldn't really make sense because you want it on the motor to tell you what motor you're getting, not the sleeve. And actually, take that back. This one actually does have it on the sleeve, but it also feels like it's built into the motor. But as you may be able to see there, there's a model number on that. There's also a sound deadening, vibration deadening foam rubber underneath that, and there is not on this one. Well, that pretty much covers it as far as I'm able to tell as far as what makes something real or fake. If you have anything that you want to add to this, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And I really appreciate you all watching. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.